And what's going on, guys? It is Straw Hat Brian. I'm back again here to deliver my One Piece chapter 886 review for you guys. If you haven't read it yet, I suggest you do so now. Spoilers will be lurking in the video ahead. So without anything else left to say, we just gonna hop right into the story because there was no cover page this week. We actually got a special illustration. I'm pretty sure there's hints and foreshadowing that's gonna go on. It's in the picture that will foreshadow what's to come in the next either upcoming arcs or with characters that might be introduced sometime later or abilities. And there have been people who have made theories and made predictions from these special art illustrations that Oda does. And a lot of times it is not a lot of times, but we have seen abilities that have been named, and we have seen characters that have appeared with either those abilities or an arc that has something that was in that special cover art illustration. So, actual chapter starts off. Cake's done. Chiffon, pudding, Sanji, they're getting ready to go. Sanji has on this disguise. He's thinking, I'm just gonna just wear this, try to sneak past whoever I can. So they're heading towards the ships, and Oven is basically standing in their way. Oven was basically beating down Pound because Pound wants to see his daughter so bad. But Oven is basically, any Big Mom child or soldier, I believe, is given the order to make sure Pound is not able to really leave the seducing forest, and he's only allowed to basically roam in that area, and he should never be able to meet with Chiffon or Lola, his two daughters. So Oven's standing in their way, and Oven is talking to Pudding, and he has some form of suspicions because he says, I hear the battle is supposed to end here on Cocoa Island. Pudding says, no, we're going to finish this battle out to sea. We're going to go meet Big Mom. We heard she's on Nuts Island. And Oven's like, all right, yeah, you may pass Pudding, but then singles out Chiffon because, obviously Chiffon has had a part in the mutiny that happened with Bege, because Bege was a rook under Big's mom's leadership. So Oven attacks Chiffon. Things are really looking too good, and then Sanji has to basically step up, and he's thinking, I got to do something. Oven's telling Chiffon, what you did is wrong. I have to make an example of you. You think this is just a game? This is not a game. This is real life. Like you're trying to kill our queen. Sanji's thinking, okay, man, I just got to dispatch of this guy real quick, and he basically comes up with the idea to move so quickly that hopefully nobody would be able to see him. Not even Oven would be able to see him, but Oven is pretty sharp. He's an adept fighter, so he was kind of, after he took the couple of blows from Sanji, he's like, man, something about that wasn't right. I know I didn't get hit by Pound because Pound was going for a blow at the same time, so Sanji used that opportune time to make that move. And me personally, I feel like that was a good thinking on Sanji's part, is a good strategy, but as an adept fighter, as a skilled fighter as Oven is, of course he wasn't gonna he was gonna see through that because Pound is so weak. Of course it was gonna happen. And we get that little moment as well, which I found this moment to be really interesting. Chiffon doesn't recognize Pound. She's like, well, she somewhat recognizes him, but she doesn't really know who he is. So my guess is Pound hasn't seen his kids since they were born. And I'm wondering, is that how it is for all Big Mom husbands? Is once you give Big Mom a baby, are you just deemed useless after that? And then because who is Big Mom's current husband, or who was her last husband, who is the last child to be born from Big Mom? I'm wondering that. I'm kind of curious about that because we have Capone has Pez. That's his first and only born son. So what about Big Mom? We know who her oldest child is, but who is her youngest child? Maybe they revealed that. I don't know. I don't think they ever revealed that. Or maybe it was that one dwarf guy that they showed. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So amazing is Beg, and I like this part. Capone Gang Beg and the Fire Tank Pirates show up on Coco Island. So Oven catches up with Sanji and them. He basically he's basically trying to capture Chiffon. He answers the Denden Mushi. He answers Chiffon's Denden Mushi. I believe it's Chiffon's Denden Mushi. Somebody's Denden Mushi gets answered. He answers it. It's Capone, and he's telling Capone like, "Hey, make your way to the shore. You know what I mean? Surrender. I got your wife, and nothing's gonna happen to her if if you just come quietly." Capone is like, "All right, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that." Nah, he's not. He's like, we're not gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna shoot this bull in the face from where I'm standing on my ship, Call of Duty style, no scope, and he had a handgun. Bro, that was awesome. And when that gets animated, I think that's gonna be like an in your face moment. Big Mom Pirates, like in your face, bro. So Capone, you already know Capone's come. He's arriving on Coco Island. He's here to rumble. And I'm making this. I'm calling this is my mini theory. I think Capone is going to escort the cake. He's going to be the escort for the cake with Sanji and everybody. Because even Sanji at the end, he's kind of telling like Capone, like, hey, whatever your lead is, I'm going to follow it from right here. Like, I've seen you've had some good plans. We about to make it out this, you know what I mean? We about to make it out this B. So Oven, isn't done in by that one shot, that headshot that he got to the face. So he tells Beg that that they're all surrounded. So what happens is you see ships coming in, but I don't think that those are Big Mom Pirates. I think that's the actual Gurma Double Six, and I think Oven is about to like be in some deep trouble because the Big Mom Pirates right now they're all scattered around. You got Mount Dior trying to rally some people together, but that's not really going like working out too well. We're not working out too well, but that's taking its time. And he's trying to rally people. He's trying to give orders and all that. You got Dogtooth just sitting there waiting in the mirror world. So he's basically stuck. He's stuck there until otherwise, till further notice, because he can't get out. Big Mom is raging on Nut Island, destroying her own territory. So it's like everything's in chaos right now for the Big Mom Pirates. Even though the Big Mom Pirates are strong and they're still holding off their own, and they're still making progress. If they were all working as one unit, they'd be unstoppable in this arc. But everybody says that Luffy and everybody, the Straw Hats are having plot armor. I mean, hey, it's for the plot. Like, it's a story that's being told. If this is the way events happen to happen, sometimes we just gonna have to deal with it. Luffy just can't defeat everybody. Like, not in just a straight up 1v1. But I do like that the chapter did focus in, and what happens next is like, we get the status report on Luffy and how he's running through the mirror world. And the last time they saw him, he was on Chipstown, but then when you actually see him, he doesn't look like a candy cane like house. So I'm thinking he might be on Candy Island, like wherever Parasparrow's the ruler of. I think that's where he's at currently. And you see Dogtooth in the world, and Luffy's thinking, and he's conversating with Brule, and whenever Luffy sits there and thinks, something amazing's about to happen, because the only times Luffy does think is when he's in serious trouble, when he has to come up with a way to defeat his opponent. So Brule is telling him, he's telling Brule, like, if I could get him to use up all his haki, his observation haki will grow weaker. But he also realizes, like, but trying to have a battle for that long, he's like, that's going to be pointless, Who knows how long? Basically thinking, he seems like he's thinking that could take a long time before his observation haki is used up. So Brule's thinking like, oh, so you're not so stupid. But then Luffy, goes back and he's thinking about Rayleigh and what Rayleigh told him that like, and Luffy has his DBZ moment, after when Saiyans fight stronger people, they get stronger whenever they get, or whenever their backs against the rope. Like that's when their Saiyan warrior strength truly shines through. So for Luffy, whenever his haki is adverse against someone else who has worthy haki, then that's when you see his growth. That's when you will see haki bloom. His haki will bloom. So I'm thinking maybe we might see Luffy either get a new gear form, or he might, because he's thinking of how to combat Katakuri with his, I think with his own technique. So I'm thinking Luffy might try to use his observation haki to have enlightenment techniques or enlightenment skills, just like Katakuri. And I think that might be the way that Luffy defeats Katakuri. I gotta rate this chapter a solid 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty good. I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen in the next chapter. This chapter was obviously just a setup chapter. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Chat with me in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a happy holidays. It's Straw Hat Brian, signing out.